And I think we're live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to one more in a series of live webinars I've been running for the past few months. I'm so excited to meet you today again. And let me know in the comments below if you can see and hear me clearly, just to check, the basics of the tech. And yeah, uh, let us know where you're tuning in from and if you have ever used any interactive tools to create lessons or games and kind of up your teaching game. I see we have a few viewers already, so just let me know. Say hello in the comments and please let me know if you can see and hear me clearly. And I'm gonna go ahead and check if our live looks good on YouTube and in Facebook. Let me see. Okay, look good. They both look good, both in Facebook and YouTube. Anyways, without any further ado, today's webinar, sorry, is a third webinar in a series of top 10 EdTech tools for creating interactive learning and teaching content. And if you have missed the first two, they kind of lean one to another and they're all connected. Hi, KDH. Thank you for saying hello. Now I can confirm everything looks and sounds good, right? Awesome. Anyways, I was just saying that today's webinar is part 3 of our series on top 10 EdTech tools for creating interactive learning and teaching content. And the first one, if you missed the first two, let me share the comments real quick. So the first in the series was all about Genially when we looked into its main features and how you can leverage it for your own education business. Genially is super interactive. It's my number one choice when it comes to ease of use and user friendliness and kind of interactivity. And the second one was H5P, or actually Logic Quiz, which is kind of more advanced for somebody who's not that experienced in creating learning or teaching content. So, but do check it out. Both webinars were great, and they're packed with lots of useful and practical tips and tricks. And today's webinar is going to be about Nearpod. Finally, I was so looking to this one because I wasn't personally very familiar with it, but I've seen some teachers' friends using it or just being interested in learning more about it. If this is your first time tuning into one of my Wednesday weekly webinars, welcome again. Just a brief intro. My name is Ivy, and I'm a special educator turned ESL teacher since 2016. I've been teaching ESL to both adults and kids. Recently, I started actually 3 years ago almost. It's not that recent. I started teaching kids only and independently. I also teach with one company, so it can kind of fuel my project called Super Teacher. Maybe you have heard about it, which is a web app built from teachers for teachers, and it takes care of all the admin work we all have to deal with teaching independently or selling educational products online. Do check it out at super-teacher.net. And remember, this series was built with that idea that we can kind of, other than offering one-on-one live classes, the idea was to share the tools I keep discovering over the past few months that are, first of all, free, then super interactive and easy to utilize and use to some point. So these are like the main criteria. Also, these top 10 tools for creating super interactive learning and teaching content all include user participation, a way for you and your students to leave feedback or have kind of interactive discussions, multimedia integration, interactive elements such as quizzes, polls, and so on, gamification, and more. So if you're someone new to creating learning content, you should think about choosing at least one tool to create videos. If you're up for it, maybe you're thinking of creating a self-paced course, then this should be in your toolbox. Stick to one video recording and editing tool. We're going to check one of them in one of our next webinars. It's going to be about wave video. Then one slide builder, it might be Nearpod or Genially. My top two. Actually, Genially is my number one choice, and Nearpod is also there. It's really good. Then one audio recording and editing tool, a quiz and a game builder, interactive worksheet builder, ebook builder. So these are just options laid in front of you to explore and think about what, other than teaching live, how many classes you can have, even if you have a full schedule, right? There's always a way to niche out and create maybe new products to offer to your either regular students or referrals. So just kind of these webinars serve us to think out of the box a little bit as a brain break from our regular teaching, and also to learn something new, to empower yourself and to feel confident that you can offer something more or in addition to your live classes. Okay, so we mentioned Genially, H5P. Do check them out. Today is all about Nearpod. Let me just check if we have any comments at the moment. Let's see. Oh, Chrysaline, hi. Wonderful to see you as well. She says, hi, Ivy. Hi, Katie. Awesome. Hi, Nelisa. She says, hello. I'm Nelisa, joining from South Africa. So nice to meet you. Thank you for tuning in today. And if you're just watching a replay, don't worry. It's going to stay available. And feel free to also comment on everything you see after the live as well. Let me just check if I'm sharing the screen. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, now everything looks good. Okay, so let's look into the basics of Nearpod. Let me just really make sure it's big enough. Yeah, it looks good on my end. Okay, so Nearpod is a very diverse kind of all-in-one platform for creating whatever interactive learning material and type of actually content you can imagine. So first of all, their main message is like you can create lessons for interactive slides, and slides combine all kind of resources. Like think about when we talked about logic quiz, there was an option to also create slides. I want to do kind of a little comparison as we go during the webinar, so you can make the right choice. So with logic quiz, you do have separate activities options to create, but then you also have the ebook and the slides that also combine lots of tools. In that regard, Nearpod is even more inclusive because it doesn't have any limits when it comes to kinds of activities you can combine together. So you can create interactive slides, interactive video, the one you you create or find on YouTube, and of course have permission to share and then embed kind of questions within the video. So the student will watch the video and then the replay would stop and prompt them to reply to check their comprehension or focus, whatever you need. And then the third kind of content you can create is activities. And by activities, they mean all these single type of tasks. For example, a matching game or multiple choice quiz or fill in the blanks or drag and drop. By the way, their drag and drop activity is only included in the free plan. We'll check their plans soon. Nearpod also has standards aligned content. That means you can also, if you do create material and lessons, content, you can share it in their marketplace. And in that case, they check it out, they see if it aligns with their standards and everything. I really love their training center, or their knowledge base. Actually, it's full of resources, and you can even get certified as a Nearpod user, but only if you are a paying user. And then you can review student work by looking into post-session reports, and also create formative assessments. And you would use this interactive slides feature to do so you can combine different types of questions. Then you can use Nearpod to host your material or just make the one you already have created interactive, such as PowerPoints, Google Slides, PDFs, videos, and YouTube videos, so you can upload them. Of course, that sounds perfect, but when you look closely, honestly, into their plans, on their free plan, you only have like 100 megabyte to upload. That's about like maybe one 25-minute video. So if you do have like short videos, you would need to develop your lesson or just host temporarily maybe and then delete it. It could be a good solution. But either that, I wouldn't recommend relying on that unless you want to go for the silver or gold plans for the paid ones. Also, whatever you created with Nearpod, you can use in 3 different ways. And that's live participation. It means your student can download their app, or you can share the link with the code they log in to by using it. And then, same as with Zoom, you have polls or some other tools maybe you're familiar with. Let me know in the comments if you have been using any kind of live participation type of tool or app before. So that would be also helpful for you. So the flow would be, you would just run the activity. Let's say it's a quiz, and then everyone should be logged into their devices to participate, be it a poll or a quiz or a game. The second mode is student-paced, and that means they can access the resources and the activities whenever they need, and it's up to you if you want to let them progress through the lesson on their own, or you can lock your resources and have them finish one step at a time, and then as you go, maybe it's if you're wanting to create homework activities or in between classes activities, that would be a useful scenario. I can imagine using that myself. Like I would just share a lesson link or a resource and then have them complete it. But in the meantime, I could just build up my resources maybe and not create them after every class, and just let them access one at a time maybe. And the third mode is front of class. That means you can just use an interactive whiteboard if you're teaching brick and mortar, or share screen, and then they don't have to have the app to participate, which I think is more useful for if you're an ESL teacher. If you're a tutor, I can imagine using all of the modes, but if you're an ESL teacher, you might want to go with the last mode, or pick the student-paced ones if you're building safe-as courses. Okay, let's check for comments just quickly. Everything looks good. Okay, let me know. Stop me at any point and just let me know what you're thinking. I hope this looks good. Okay, so let's dive into Nearpod's dashboard. I'm going to share another tab instead. And maybe before we do that, okay, in the end, we can just check their plans and the differences between them. Let's check. Yeah, you can see my dashboard. So you can just sign up. By default, you're put in their free plan, of course, and then you get prompted when either you use up all the cloud, the memory, so they will just ask you to upgrade, or you can stay on the free plan, but then no uploading things, and just be careful how you're going to use the allocated 30 or 100 megabytes. Okay, so once you log in, you will see this big button that says create here and also here, so you can't miss it. When you click create, you will see what we were talking about before. So you can create a lesson, And this is the slides. You can create an interactive video, combine videos with building questions, and you can choose if it's going to be a multiple choice one, a single choice, or so on, maybe even open and ended answer question. Then you can create an activity, and those activities can also be super gamified, like your students can progress throughout playing a game and actually learning. Or you can create lessons in Google Slides, and that's their premium feature, like they integrate very well. So for today's demo, I wanted us to create maybe a lesson or a resource on Olympic Games. And I was super inspired by Abridge Academy's series of free Olympic Games lessons. If you haven't checked them out, let me show you that briefly as well. We still have like 5 days to go with the Olympic Games. If you lose inspiration or just want to enrich your students' experience on the Olympics these days, do check them out. I'm going to share the link. Can you see the screen? Let me just check. Okay, perfect. Oh, and Katie just tuned in. Don't worry, Katie. This is such a beautiful coincidence. You're never late. You're always right on time. I was just saying, for the purpose, if you missed what I just said before, for the purpose of today's demo on Nearpod, I was going to create an Olympic Games kind of roster of resources. I will show you in a second what I mean. So inspired by your Olympic Games lessons, I thought like I was going to use the A1 level, the first one, the the free Summer Olympic sports. They say one lesson introduces 6 popular sports at the Summer Olympic Games. It's awesome. I love it. It's super easy to use and fun. And I especially love the game at the end. It's so cool. I will show you in a second. But other than this A1 lesson, do check the Winter Olympic sports as well, or the reading one with inspirational Olympic athletes. It's really good also, and it's for more advanced students, A2 to B1 levels, and it's really cool. And I especially love this one, the debate one. So if you are thinking of throwing a group class to maybe gather more leads or just reward your regular students with an activity, check out this one. It's amazing. It's on the Olympics as a waste of money. So students should first learn all about it and then, debate on this kind of prompt. So let's say you're going to use Abridge Academy's A1 lesson, and it has a standard format. If you're using Abridge Academy, you know what I'm talking about. So you have the key vocabulary words, and then sorry, putting them into practice. I just shared the link to the Olympic Games ones, and they're free, by the way. So make sure to use them and let Katie know how it goes. I know she loves teacher feedback, so that would be really nice to at least share your experience in return. Let me show you. So so this lesson starts with a nice discussion, and then it gives an overview, and then we learn 6 popular Olympic game sports: archery, horse riding, gymnastics, athletics. So standard format, which is beautiful. I love it. Matching activity, discussion or speaking activity, and then the reading part. And on the Olympics, I love this, by the way, like with embedded quizzes and so on. And at the end, yes, at the end you have a beautiful game. But what if you wanted to add something more, for example, an interactive video, or just kind of enrich? If you want to turn the whole week into Olympic Games classes, or if you just don't want to use the one lesson all over again with your students. Too noisy. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute it. Okay, so the game you can use with all the students, right? But if you want to add elements to it, sorry for a little bit complicated intro, you could use Nearpod to connect the lesson as a link. I will show you in a second how to do that. Plus add an interactive board for your students, for example, to assign a fun activity in between the classes during the Olympic Games week. Just an idea, just a thought. It can be any topic you imagine, but I love this one because we're still 5 days. We still have 5 days to go with the Olympic Games. So think about what you could do to promote your classes, maybe to even create a challenge or, invite your students to share, maybe yes by just invite them to a debating session or whatever you want. So you would want to go to Nearpod, and then I will show you how you can even enrich the lesson and kind of prolong, create more opportunities for yourself to teach on the Olympics. So back to Nearpod, you would want to create a lesson. Sorry. So whenever you want to combine resources, make sure to choose this option, create a lesson. And here you get 4 main types of content to begin creating. The first one is content and activities. You can choose from a variety of Nearpod's content and activities, but we already chose a Bridge Academy lesson. Add quick slides. If you do want to build something, I don't enjoy doing that, but if you do want, you can add to it. Upload your own files or create a quiz. So let's say we just want to have open a quick slide. And just for the sake of, maybe you can make a title because you want your Average Academy lesson to be part of maybe series of activities you're running around and all about Olympic Games. So we would just create a title. We would say Olympic Games Challenge, maybe. You can, so this editor is pretty much basic. The only thing I don't like about it is it does require stable internet connection. So if you have been using Genially, for example, you would know what I'm talking about. You can, if your connection gets weak or the bandwidth is not stable, the editing is going to be messy a little bit. But anyways, I thought it was worth mentioning. And also when you add images, it's not intuitive enough to resize them. Let me show you that. Just putting it out there so you don't get confused. So let's say we need an image on Olympic Games. I just clicked here, add an image. And I really like this option. It actually Googles for images that are free for use. So it's not just one type of resource like Free Pics or Pixabay, but they have they have broader kind of access to free images. So let's say Olympic Games for kids, maybe. Okay, so let's see, maybe this one. This is perfect. Invalid file type. Oh, that was a PDF, obviously. Okay, let's see, maybe. Bear with me, please. Okay, how about this one? Okay, that worked. So you just give it a second. And now you see when I try to resize it, look how bad that is. Like it doesn't follow, the default width or whatever. So you just go back and be careful. I wanted to just emphasize that if you're not very experienced, just be careful on how you actually resize it. Okay. I mean, there is an option to turn it into a background or something, but yeah, we just want to keep it simple. So that's it. That's all we need. And now when you click add new is where the magic happens. So here you see all types of activities you never get access to, it's very weird. When I click that, like only when you get into the lesson creator, when you click create a lesson is when you get access to all of these templates. And I really love them, but it was really hard to navigate to them. I did watch tons of videos and it wasn't obvious to me. So now here you go. I hope it helps. So just click create a lesson, an empty slide you can even dismiss, and then click add new resources. So now you see you can add slides. Sorry. A slideshow, a single page slideshow. You can integrate with Sway, Microsoft Microsoft's web page builder. You can upload a PDF. Avoid doing that because of the cloud limits. Upload slides, okay, audio. And now here is the best part, interactive. Let's say before the lesson, or maybe, yeah, before the lesson, I want them to do an interactive video, to watch the video before getting into Average Academy's super cool interactive game. So I want to add a video to it, right? I already prepared, so let me show you. It's very easy to use. So you get access to their video library, or you see these tabs on top. So you can add something from their library, but be careful when you add something from their library, they count this against the cloud space you're using. So again, go for embedding resources. You can add from YouTube, my videos, or upload a video. Let me know if this is too quick for you. For the purpose of this demo, we're going to go with a YouTube video I found on, oh, was it on, let me check. Yes, Olympic Games for Kids. Perfect. So here it is. Okay, so let's preview how it's going to look. And I also like about their interface that you can always click the preview lesson button in the top right corner. Can you see my mouse when I'm moving it? You can. Okay, that's good. And see how it looks. I didn't click the first slide, so whichever slide you're on, it's gonna be open in the preview mode. Don't be scared. Nothing is deleted. You can just move the slides for the full preview. Let's go back to the first one to have a full picture. So far we just built cover page. It's going to be about Olympic Games with an image we added, remember? And then on the second one, it's going to be our video. Oh, we didn't edit it yet. Okay, maybe. Okay, here. Oh, okay. So let's go actually make it interactive first. Okay, let me just see. Okay, here. Okay. Let me see. What did I do? Maybe I messed up something. Just to check. Oh, no video, no video. I just added a video. No, interactive video. We want interactive video. Sorry about that. But it's good, you just see how it goes. Okay, where is it? Yeah, it's actually this one. Okay, add. Let's do it again. Add a YouTube video. Oh, please select the video. I never selected it. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're good. Okay, good to know. Yeah, these small bumps on the road, like it's not that intuitive, but it's still cool. Okay, so here it is. What did I do now? What happened? Sorry about that. Okay, let's try again. Oh, here. Okay, select. Okay, save. Okay, now we're good to go. So let's say we want our student to watch maybe let me, sorry about the noise. Okay, so they watched some intro. So this is Olympic Games for Kids. And let's say at second 39, we want to add interactivity. You just click on this little button at the bottom of the page saying add activity. So you can pick from an open-ended question or multiple choice. So let's pick multiple choice. For example, how many, I don't want to, let me see. Where are the Olympic Games happening posted this year, maybe? And then this builder, the quiz builder, might look familiar both with Genially and maybe Wordwall. It's very simple. You just have a question prompt and then you say, in Paris is going to be the right answer. You just tick the box. In Milan, um, in Hong Kong, and maybe in Washington. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Okay, let's preview now. So you can preview the video and what you did with it. And in the meantime, let me check for questions and comments. Katie says, let me see. Sorry, I'm having a bit of delay. Just before the live today, I lost electricity, so I was out of power for hours. So I wasn't sure if we were going to make it. So please bear with me today. Katie says, thanks so much for the shout out for Edge Academy. You're the best, Ivy. No, you're the best. Thank you for creating such resources. The video was live. Let me mute it. Oh my goodness. At least I woke some of you up, probably, if you were just kind of watching passively. Anyways, thanks for creating those. They're so rich. Like, I love them. And my favorite is this one for A1 level and the game, the board game in the end. Like, you can actually pick a country and then compete against other students or the teacher. I love that. So thank you for putting so much energy and effort into making them so awesome. Melissa says, can Nearpod be used for students of all ages, for example, business English? Yes, absolutely. It's not limited to kids at all. As a matter of fact, you can search their marketplace. So it's nearpod.com/marketplace, and you can pick by subjects. Like, even we can check if there is business English. Let's see. I'm just curious now. Okay, explore lessons. If you click, I didn't share this screen. Let me show you. If you click explore the lessons in the top menu, it's just loading a little bit slowly. So let's give it a moment. Okay, here is the Nearpod library, and you have grades, you have subjects, you have content type. Let's go to the market. Okay, let's type in maybe business English. Oh, but this is in my lessons. Yes, all Nearpod. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here are some resources. Some teaching syntax in English, English short words, the business cycle, number friends back in business. Okay, financing options. So not at all. It's not limited to kids at all. Yeah. Let me just go to their marketplace page also. Let's try to open it this way. Oh, sorry. I was typing in something wrong here. I wanted to show you all the categories they have just to figure out. Okay, here. I remember. Nearpod library is where we were. And the teacher resources. Oh, yes. Let me see. Yes. Okay. Just making sure. So eventually you will find all kinds of resources by categories and age and subject and so on. So it's definitely not limited to kids only. Okay, back to our lesson. Let's see. I hope this helps. Let me know. Katie says, my understanding is that Nearpod can be used for group classes while individual students can still directly interact. Is that correct? Yes. Are there any other advantages over Gmail? Exactly. So that's one of the modes. So the thing is, with Nearpod, you can choose between three modes on how to teach. So for example, a Genially lesson is just students can't participate offline, so to say. I mean, they can't take part in quizzes and so on they can during the lesson, right, if you share screen, but they don't have an app to kind of vote and play quizzes on their own and so on. Yeah, I hope this makes sense. Let me see. Yes, while individual students can still directly interact. Yes. So compared to Genially, you can just create much more diverse resources such as interactive video. And the main difference between a Nearpod and Genially, in my opinion, is that you can, what I'm just doing now during the live demo, you can combine more types of resources in a single kind of one resource, which they call lesson. Very simple, but it's not. For me, it's completely different. It's kind of agenda, in sessions. Like you could just add a Genially presentation and then an interactive video, and then continue building it further on. And that's what I wanted us to do to show you. So let's see. So here's the video we added. And when they come to, remember, second 39, let's speed it up a little bit. It should stop and prompt me or the student to actually answer the question. Okay, here it is. Where are the Olympic Games hosted this year? In Paris, in Milan, in Hong Kong, in Washington. I'm not sure what type of question was it? Okay, I should have clicked here, obviously. Anyways, you get the picture, right? So we added, and so now we want to add a Bridge Academy lesson. And you can do that by clicking Add New and then Website. There's an option for website. Let me just type in. Yes. Okay, web content actually. So it says connect students to any website on the internet and combine with Nearpod's media and formative assessments. That's what I love about it, Katie. So the closest, I know you're familiar with sessions agendas. So the closest description would be, or comparison to Genially would be to sessions agendas. So you can access web-based articles, link to other apps, share from your Google or OneDrive. So that means if you're logged into your Abridge Academy account and you include the link, you would just be able to combine everything you did add so far, like the interactive video, plus tune into the lesson. So let's add the Free Olympics game. I'm just gonna paste the link here. And it says test the link. Okay, it's opening in another tab, I'm aware. And let's preview it now. So now we got to the next page. So we have the cover and then the interactive video activity and then Average Academy lesson, like a full lesson, right? Oh, Katie says, "Ooh, interesting, thanks. I hope it makes sense." Yeah, right? You are kind of rostering everything together. I love that. Can you see this? Click here to open web page. So it's just at my fingertips. Everything is in one place. So if I click here, it's going to open. It's opening in another tab though. Yeah, so you don't stay. It's not like a cool browser. It doesn't work like that, but it's still so cool. You can just gather resources together and use them. And, if I remember to do this earlier, before the Olympics, I would totally run a whole series of lessons exclusively on the Olympics using your lessons plus adding, interactive kind of challenges or videos or whatnot, right? I'm just seeing it as a great resource to expand on something you want to teach or to even create mini courses if you want. Okay, let's see what else we can do in the interactive session. Oh, yes, you're going to love this. Ooh, where is the VR? Oh my goodness, this is my favorite of all of them. Like interactive video, I'm already familiar with. You can do interactive videos with Logic Quiz from La Digitale as well for free. This tool is also available in Nearpod for free, only drag and drop activity. For some reason, it must be super popular. It's not included in their free plan. But look at this. Let me see if we are on the right tab. Okay. Oh, sorry. And we have Nelissa's question. Great question, Nelissa. She says, that was helpful. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. Do students need to open an account when you're, depending on your teaching style, they don't have to. If you're using them in a flipped classroom, then you can just share a link for them and a code they can enter to play an activity on their own. Or if you're going to be using them in live classes, you just share your screen or open the link in a co-browser, in a classroom that has a co-browser, so students can still interact. Um, yeah, but if you want to create a self-paced course, also you can embed the activities so they don't have to log in and everything. They only need to register, open an account with Nearpod if you want to use them in live, what they call live mode, meaning they have to have the app to participate while the activity is happening. Like if you're doing a poll, or imagine you're running a group class with 100 of students, and you want to hear everybody's opinion, so they would need this Nearpod app to log in and vote, for example, or do the quiz. I just did a demo on, for example, where is this year's Olympic Games hosted? Where are they hosted? And so you would activate. So that means they would have to wait for you to prompt them, to activate the question, and then they will have to reply in a live kind of synchronous, synchronously. Yes, only in that scenario. But if you want to build resources, embed them as part of your self-paced courses, or maybe your resource library in Super Teacher, for example, for them to use at any time, however you decide. Even sell your resources, you can do that in Super Teacher using, like, creating things in Nearpod and then embedding them. I will show you at the end of the webinar. Yes. So depending on the mode you are teaching in. So not necessarily. Okay, my absolute favorite of all these options, I tried a lot of them. Like, I think I didn't only try Nearpod 3D. It must be super cool as well. But virtual reality field trip. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, look how simple it is to use. So take your students anywhere in the world with a variety of VR images that you can add to your lesson. Ooh, so cool. No headset needed, works on any device, library of thousands of VR images. Let's do it. We're still in the Olympic Games, right? We just did an amazing Age Academy lesson, and we want to even up the game by creating something unique. So let's see. We're learning about Olympic Games. Let's go there. Maybe your kid is coming from, I don't know, Beijing, and they so wanted to go to Paris. Um, so let's take them there. You can literally take them there. Let's just see what they have here. Okay, maybe not that specific. Okay, just Olympic Games. Not maybe they haven't updated their kind of library. Let's see. Hopefully, I tested it with Disneyland. I took myself to Disneyland today. Oh my goodness, and it was my first time. It was so fun. Before while preparing for the live. Okay, so realistic panorama, is that where the Olympic Games are happening or what? Okay. What should I? Let's see. Yeah, maybe not the best choice. Okay, let's see what this has to say. But imagine you need maybe a more general topic. I didn't expect it wasn't there. Um, okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. You see, their library is not up to date. Olympic Games 2012. We should let them know. They should up the library. Probably they will do so once they're done. Oh, let's see. So, okay. At least this is an open ceremony. Okay, Helsinki Olympic Stadium. Something that resembles the Olympic Games, right? Uh, just to click on it, just to have it load. Okay, let's see. Saving, right? So this might happen. Like, just let it finish whatever it's doing. I see at the moment it's saving, so I clicked many times, and in the meantime, let me check if there are more questions. Okay, we're good to go. I'm just gonna refresh the page, reload the site, and if it doesn't open it, we're just gonna go to Disneyland. I'm sorry. I think you're still gonna love it. Let's see. You see how slowly it's loading. Oh, now we're there. Okay. I like Disneyland better. But okay. Let me just show you how it works and looks. So when you go into a preview mode, what your student is going to experience is really amazing. I'm familiar with these VR tours from NovaKid. NovaKid has um, is a company that has like the highest level of their teaching material is these virtual tours around the world. So you see, you can, okay, here we go. We can move around, or your student, you can even give your students a better view by clicking enter VR. So now they're actually literally looking with their own eyes. You see how fun it can be? Oh, I should have taken you to Disneyland, right? Who wanna go? Who wants to go to Disneyland? Maybe for the demo purpose, this is good enough. Yes. Okay, so you can add a tour, you can add an interactive video and whatnot. Now I'm just moving. Your students even they don't need any kind of special, 3D glasses or something. It's just a fun way for them to preview. So I think it's very interesting. Okay, and then when we're happy with it, let's get back to our, sorry, exit VR. It's a little bit clunky because we're in a call. Okay, so we kind of added more content, and let's see, maybe one more activity we can do would be, oh, a quiz. I haven't showed you a quiz, a simple quiz. We did one, but here are all their quiz templates. Build formative assessments with multiple activities. This one is the best if you really want to do it comprehensively. And all of the others are just single type of quiz, a question, actually. So let's see what they have. They have multiple choice questions. Draw it is really nice. Fill in the blank. Memory test. Time to climb is super cool. It's an actual game I mentioned before that increases students' engagement. So that means when they keep climbing, again, you see, okay, I just opened it here for a preview. It's really cool. Maybe let's do that one because it's different, right? In WordWall, you also have some gamified activities and templates and matching pairs. Okay, let's do time to climb. Like, yeah, it so goes well with the Olympic Games, right? Okay, I love that. Okay, adding it. So you would just normally build a quiz as usual. We don't want to use any of theirs. We just want to do our own. Let's see. Who is okay? What do we want to do? How many days do the Olympic Games last? Or when do they end or whatever? You can add as many questions. Let's say, is it, oh, how many days was it? Is it, oh my goodness. Is it 14? Please correct me. I'm not sure. 12? Okay, we will see. Add an answer. 13, 10. I just figured. I don't know. Okay, so, and then let's add a question. And you see the question in the question section, you can add the text or images. Let's say, when do Olympic Games end? I know that one. I think I know. August 11, right? Okay, and then in September, and then maybe never. Okay, so let's preview. Let's see how this time to climb activity works. Katie says, wow, this virtual, oh, sorry. Oh, it's so lagging on me. Wow, this virtual field trip thing is really cool, right? So you can just literally take them there, whatever they're learning about, right? I just love it. Okay, so let's see. Hmm. Loading slowly. That's like the biggest annoyance you might experience with them. Okay, here we go. Time to climb. A literal game just popped up. And you see how well it looks. This might look familiar to you if you have ever used education.com. It's a website for teachers and other, I mean, all educators, full of worksheets and games. And they have kind of a mascot, a little orange cat I loved. I did subscribe to them years ago, and I love their games. So actually, those games were lots of them were built in Nearpod, and Nearpod collaborates closely with Education.com and some other super big names. So how many the oh what did I do here? How many does do oh my goodness the Olympic Games last? Okay, in my world, was it 13 or 14 days? I don't even remember. Oh, oh, because it's just a preview, I can't actually play the game now. Okay, we're gonna stop there and save our so far work in the top right corner to see how we actually can access it and then share it with our students, right? I think we check the main, like the best tools they have available. So here's the lesson, Olympic Games. Teach. So whatever you create, you click teach, and here is the main thing. So if you click live participation, it means you're going to control the pace on your own device. Students respond to questions on their device. So that's what both Katie and Elisa commented on. Like, do they have to sign up, and what's the difference between Genially and Nearpod is that mode. But it's just one additional mode. Maybe we ESL teachers are never going to be using because I think our students struggle to use like basics, like how to navigate the classroom or so on. So maybe for tutoring or I don't know, you know better. And the other one is student paced. Um, so let's click student paced. And here you see all the options. They integrate with Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, and here is the embed button you would want to if you want to sell your activities and you want to create a resource library in Super Teacher. If you're not familiar with Super Teacher, do take a look. You can register for free and then just explore the options. And one of the most interesting tools we have is a course builder, which is really amazing. Um, it was Super Teacher itself was built with teachers and educators in mind by fellow teachers. So it has everything you can imagine, not just a course builder, but also payment processor, group classes, class packages, one-on-one, subscription plans. You can create a booking system, a teacher page like your personal business website and shop and a lot of other things. So do check it out. And I'm just going to show you how to embed this lesson we created so we can play it in Super Teacher. So just pay attention at the bottom of the page. It says require student responses and preventing skipping. This is what I also love. So you can actually have them, if I turn this on, I would have to kind of validate or they would have to do the quizzes. They couldn't skip anything and so on. So I'm just going to keep it off for now. Okay, the code is here. We're just going to copy it, embed, and then copy. And then let's head over to our Super Teacher account and embed this lesson so we can play it to see how it works on the student end, right? Okay, so share this tab instead. Now I'm in Super Teacher. I'm just going to go to my class offer, my self-paced courses. Let me see if you're following me. Yes, perfect. Okay, and let's see, maybe phonics one-on-one. I'm just using some demo course. Let's say Nearpod. It's gonna be second. And then within Nearpod, we're gonna say lesson number 1, Olympic Games. Is gonna take, hours, right? Okay, I'm just gonna type in any length at the moment. And here is where you paste the embed code. You see how intuitive it is? You just paste the code and there is nothing else to worry about. Okay, we just added the Olympic Games lesson. Let's see how it looks and works. And hopefully I set everything correctly. I'm gonna log out of my Nearpod so we can have the student experience so it doesn't track or it tracks me as a new user. So let's preview the course. And this is how, by the way, it looks on the student end. You see, the student can preview. You can lock the content behind the price they have to pay, so it's not for free. You can offer it on subscription basis or one-time payment. You can build whatever you want. Okay, let's see. Enough talking. Let's look into it. Olympic Games opening slowly at the moment because we're in a call. Okay, let's see how it goes. It's loading. Yay. Okay, so this is just a name. I could have disabled that, I know for sure. But it's neat, right? Student Elsa. I still need her. Elsa. They don't have to really, but you can tweak those setup. These are like in my account and then activity settings. I saw that. Okay, join lesson. You can just take them to the lesson. Yeah, here's the front page, right? Can you see the screen? Let me zoom in. Okay, here we go. So now I'm not logged in. I'm looking into it as a student. Here is the interactive video. Perfect. Let's see how it works, if it's going to let me reply this time. Okay, watching a short interactive video. And then let's see. Ooh, yeah, you see, as a creator, I couldn't interact with it because obviously it tracks the progress, and so I wasn't using it as a student. Submit, continue playing. You can even add student reactions. I just remembered we didn't look into, but there are so many things, and so on, and they keep doing it. And then the next one is a Bridge Academy lesson. So, or maybe some article, some public resource you wanna, they wouldn't have access to the lesson, right? Um, because if they're not registered, they can't register an Bridge Academy as students. So this is maybe only an idea for your own reference to share a website like this. And let's see the virtual tour. Da-da-da. They can actually interact. You see how I'm moving it. I hope you're not feeling dizzy. But everything we basically added is there and available to our students, right? And the last one is, where we added every Academy lesson, we could just add a note like teacher area or something. And in the end, they have another game to play after playing the board game with David Academy. Oh, you see that? Okay, this looks really good, right? So let's say I want to be a little. I mute it. I hope it's not too noisy. And then play button. I found it. Let's see. How many Netherlands games last? What did we say? 14 or 13? 12 days. I have no idea what I said. Oh snap! 14. Okay, but student Elsa is still going up, right? How cute is that? Okay, let's try another one. When do Olympic Games? Oh my goodness, sorry for all the typos. Yay! Right? With all the bells and whistles, and student Elsa goes up. And this game is so cool for, group classes as well. Nice work, student Elsa. Da-da-da. Congratulations. How cute is that, right? And in the end, maybe we should have looked into adding a interactive board. It's very easy within their interactive sessions, interactive activity sessions. I mean, content. You can just choose an interactive board, and it's the same as Padlet, or if you saw DigiPad from La Digitale. So students can add images or something. You can just ask them make a project on Olympic Games or whatever, and they can post on the board. Okay, time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed today's webinar as much as I did. If you have any questions, feel free to comment after the live and I will make sure to reply. And yes, um, if you don't have any more questions. Oh, Katie has a comment. Thank you, Katie. She says, I love this. It's so easy to integrate into super teacher courses. Yeah, and really interactive and fun, right? And plus, like, yeah, you said it all. I could have said it better. Yes, give it a try and play around. If you are registered on Super Teacher, you can just embed a resource and then preview it as a student and play around and see for yourself. Thanks, everyone, and see you next Wednesday with another amazing tool for online educators. Bye for now.